It's even happening in Chicago, and that has encouraged the wrath of the CEO of McDonald's trying to recruit people to Chicago. Take a look at this.
Everywhere I go, I'm confronted by the same question these days. What's going on in Chicago? There is a general sense out there that our city is in crisis. The truth is, it's more difficult today for me to convince a promising McDonald's executive to relocate to Chicago from one of our other offices than it was just a few years ago.
I want to go right now to react to that. Donald Trump's former criminal justice reform deputy, what he makes of this, Jerome Smith. Jerome, very good to have you. It is out of control. That's an understatement right now. But when it changes the behavior and maybe the expansion plans and employment plans of a CEO like a McDonald's, you got to wonder what the spillover is going to be.
Sure. You know, honestly, public safety is at the heart of any type of revitalization for any community. And this issue in Chicago has gone on for a number of years. When I was in the Trump administration, it's something that we tried to work with the mayor on, and we wasn't successful because the mayor didn't want to partner with us. However, I've started a coalition to deal with this issue against violent crime, and there's evidence-based work that can be done to solve for these issues.
Like what? Because it would be news to a lot of these mayors to hear it.
Well, one, the first principle is fund the police. There was a whole movement 2 years ago about defunding the police, and that contributed to some of the rise in violent crime. Number two, we need to have the police focus on crime prevention and ways to solve for violent crime. We also need to have the police focus on evidence-based policies that reduce violent crime. And then lastly, if we're going to do policy reform, it needs to be smart on crime policies like the First Step Act that's focused on public safety. The First Step Act, of course, reduced recidivism in the federal prisons, and that allowed for the police to focus on violent crime.
You know, Jerome, what I noticed, and you're the expert, I'm certainly not, but that this ceiling where certain local officials, you see this sporadically in places in California and elsewhere, they won't bother with petty crimes or someone stealing, let's say, up to $2,000 worth of goods. Catch us if someone is knifing someone. I'm just simplifying it, but that's the problem, right? Because as soon as you tolerate a certain level of crime, it's no surprise that the magnitude of crime increases.
That's exactly right. And we always have to have accountability to individuals that commit crime. When we were in the Trump administration, we focused on nonviolent crime and fairness, but it always had something to do with accountability. And these type of laws, what they do is serve as a magnet for criminals to create more crime. And that's not what we want to do. In places like Dallas, you've actually seen violent crime shrink because they've used some evidence-based policy, such as focused deterrence, to change the way public safety is done there, and it's worked. And so these type of strategies work. More localities need to lean into them. It's extremely important for the communities.
And then you have people quitting police forces. Forget about adding to them. They've had it. That's
exactly right. Well, see, the problem even before the George Floyd death, there were many police that were committing suicide, having mental health issues. That's why in the Trump administration, we focused on the mental health of those police officers. But recruitment's always been a challenge. But in the wake of George Floyd, it's even been harder to recruit to be a police officer. And so that's why we wanted to fund the police and focuses on evidence-based research that protects public safety.
Well put. Jerome, thank you very, very much, and for your service to the country.
Thanks so much.
Trying to deal with this long before it got in vogue. Jerome Smith, following those developments.